Hi, Tahiti. Thanks for taking my call earlier. As I mentioned, my name's Christian, and I work with companies all across the South to get a bunch of new business in the door. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I do that. And the three big things that I'm going to show you in this are things that you guys are able to do yourselves if you prefer. So you're going to be able to learn a lot from this. I'm going to show you also what Google is seeing on your website, how many people Google is sending you on average per month, and give you an idea of the potential that's out there by showing you, some of the competition and some of the Google keywords or searches that are in your area. So you guys have a great looking website and you provide a ton of different services, and I wanted to keep this video short, so I just chose the first one, the landscaping service, to give you an idea. Obviously, all of the same things would apply to each of these other different services that you guys provide. But Google obviously is going to come onto your website. They're going to read through the content so they know what your website is all about. That way, when somebody Googles, fence repair in Sugar Land or Houston landscaping service or whatever the search term that they're Googling, Google knows which websites to put up to the top of the search results. And obviously, the people or the websites that show up at the top on the first page of the Google search results, those are the companies that are going to get most of the people clicking through to their website. So the content of your website really is the most important thing. And the recommendation right now for Google is to have between 1,500 and 2,000 words of content on your home page, not to mention all of your back pages, right? All your service pages. I ran a count to hit it, and you guys have 914 words. So you're doing pretty good. But that would be the first recommendation. You want to get up to 1,500 to 2,000 words on your home page. But it's really important what you put inside that content. I'll give you an example. This is the main software that we use for our search engine optimization research. It's called Ahrefs. And I've got your website plugged into the software. And a keyword again is a Google search term, right? So a Google search phrase or term, it can be one word or a string of words, but those are called keywords. So Google recognizes on your website 77 different keywords, and as a result of those 77 keywords, Google is sending you 46 people on average per month. And if we take a look and see what those keywords are, the first one, let me just kind of explain how this works. So the keyword is over here, right? The search term, TML home improvement. The volume column is the monthly average volume that term is searched for, that keyword is searched. Traffic is how many people Google sends to your website for that keyword on a monthly basis. And then position is where you show up in the Google search results when somebody Googles that keyword. So obviously for your brand name, TML Home Improvement, there's 80 searches per month. You're getting 30 of those clicking through to your website, and you are the #1 result in Google for that. So that's great. You've got good brand awareness. But the content or the keywords that you really want to target in your content are what we call buyer intent keywords. So I've highlighted a couple of them here. It's where you have a location like Tomball or Houston, and it's coupled with a product or service, home maintenance or handyman. So those are buyer intent keywords. You want people that are looking for a handyman in Tomball not to have to know necessarily your company name. You want to show up at the top of the results when they search for that service without them Googling TML home improvement. Okay, so these buyer intent keywords are very important to incorporate into the content of your website. And I'll give you an example. Again, going back to the landscaping example, Moss Landscaping is a great website. They have 633 keywords that they're being recognized for, and they're getting 600 plus people every single month being sent to their website. But what I wanted to show you was those keywords, those buyer intent keywords. You've got landscaping Houston, landscaping companies Houston, Houston landscaping companies, and the list goes on. And you can see, they're just there's a couple thousand searches for those keywords. So again, for all the different services that you provide, you want to focus on what keywords are actually being searched for, and then incorporate those into the content of your website. And if we go back here and right click and save image as on any of the images on your website, it shows up as bathroom renovations -1. That's pretty good. You can actually rename every single image here to one of those buyer intent keywords like Houston bathroom renovations or Pearland bathroom renovations, and that's going to help you rank up a much higher as well. Continuing on with the landscaping example, if we Google Houston landscaping, when you get to the section here with a little map, either above or on the side, the 3 companies that show up beside it, this is what's called the Google Map Pack. These 3 companies are going to get a ton of people clicking through to their website. So you also want to rank here in the Google Map Pack section. And the main way to do that is through something called citations. A citation is simply where your business name, address, and phone number are listed in online directories like yellowpages.com. So the tool that we use for this research is whitespark.ca. And we can see that you guys down here have 9 citations. You're listed in 9 different areas on the web. So I can tell you from our research that 60 is kind of the upper end of the citations as far as landscaping goes. We'd want to research that for those other services that you provide. But ideally, you'd want to go out there and get 150 citations just to make sure that you're well ahead of all the competition. Okay, the third trick that I wanted to show you, if we go back to your website here in Ahrefs, is something called backlinks. And a backlink is where you have a quality third-party website that is linking back or pointing to your website. Google likes to see a lot of backlinks coming in because the more you have, the more you are viewed as the trustworthy authority on that particular subject. So you guys have 711 backlinks from 18 different websites. That ratio seems a little off. You want to have those backlinks coming from more individual websites would be one suggestion. The other thing we'd want to go through these 711 because that's a good number, but just make sure that they're all quality because you can go out there and buy some cheap backlink packages, but a lot of times they can come from kind of junky or spammy websites, and that will affect you negatively. So going back to Moz, just to give you an example, they've got 513, but from 167 different websites. That's more in line with what you'd want to see to have a really strong backlink profile. So those are the 3 big things. Get the content of your website up to 1,500 to 2,000 words. Rename all your images to those buyer intent keywords and make sure you're targeting those buyer intent keywords in that content. And then go ahead and grab those citations and backlinks to get those numbers up. And you should see a huge difference in how many people are coming to your website. Especially when you're targeting people with those buyer intent keywords, those are people that are going to click through and become paying customers because they are out there looking for those services. Now, if this is something that you want to do yourselves, great. We find a lot of business owners are too busy running their business and doing everything else, and they might not have the know-how to do this. So if it's something you'd like to discuss with us further, our website is here. It's digitaltechmarketing.com. Again, my name is Christian, and the number to call is here, 832-284-6688. Now, those are the 3 foundational things, the core things you can do for your SEO. We have a lot of other tips and tricks and things that we can do, and there really is no reason we couldn't have another 300 to 500 people coming to your website in the next few months. So please feel free to reach out, and thank you for watching.